Help!
Hi, and welcome back to the Help Where Nerds podcast. I'm your host, Ethan, and this is my co host,
Rob.
So, there are a couple of things we're going to talk about today.
Nothing major, right?
No, nothing major, but I wonder, can our audience, can the nerdy community guess? Go to the comments now and put a guess in what this episode is going to be about, and I'm just going to name this episode Help, we're talking about a mystery topic. And we'll see what you guys think we're talking about.
The clue is NSYNC.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, stop guessing. We're talking about Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yes.
Or as Rob calls it, Gambit the movie.
Yeah. I hated it. Couldn't stand it. Never gonna go back.
Aren't you rewatching it with your mother, sister, and girlfriend? I almost upgraded you.
No, not yet. Not yet, there, dude.
It's. I gave her the title I give my own partner because I'm engaged. But
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah. I loved it. I'm going back.
It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. My mum asked me for a non-spoiler review the other day, and my only words were, fucking brilliant. Go watch it before I accidentally spoil it.
I just started singing the NSYNC song.
Oh, I did. When we hung up the phone, I turned around to my mum and went, bye, 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 and then went, you'll get it when you watch Deadpool.
One of the boys, I watched an interview, I say boys, they're older than me, from NSYNC, was asked about it on the red carpet, and he said, to be honest, they get calls about their music quite a lot, but when he said the word Deadpool, he said he was ready to veto the other four members. He was going to say yes, and he was going to make sure that song was in that movie. So you can guess what favourite character he has.
Yeah, probably. I mean, comic Deadpool is not one of my top 10.
No.
It's one of my top 20 of all time, but I wouldn't say in my top 10.
Yeah, to be honest, I think he is in my top 10. He slips in, at least. I like his
Maybe at 10. But I think comic Deadpool is a little bit more annoying.
But you know me, I like the niche characters.
Mm.
Come on, my favourite character is Gambit, then original Human Torch.
I think, for me, with comic Deadpool himself, there's only one real run that I like.
Because the Marvel Universe.
Pardon? Well, I like that one, but that's like... It's niche and not really that important. Because obviously none of it's canon.
Seriously, Deadpool fans are currently shouting at you.
I know, it's
not relevant for the Deadpool fans out there. Don't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I am sorry, Deadpool fans. I'm sorry, Oakley, my cousin, who absolutely idolizes Deadpool. I'm pretty sure he meat rides him, but he's gonna kill me for that because he listens to this podcast.
Does he?
Yeah. He just binge watched our last 5 episodes.
So he listens to the podcast?
Yes.
Okay, a reference only Oakley will get. Say goodbye to the cow. Back to the main topic.
Actually, I've asked Oakley a couple of questions about his thoughts on Deadpool.
I assume he hated it.
Let's just say I immediately got a bunch of text messages about how much he enjoyed the film.
Same.
And his main comment for you was?
How much did he orgasm when Gambit came on screen?
Yeah.
I have a few comments about that. Well, the Gambit thing, not the orgasm thing.
Well, thanks for clarifying. I don't think the audience need details on how you definitely jizzed your pants when Gambit came on screen.
I love seeing him. Janin was never my top pick. Probably still wouldn't be my top pick. I like the fact, because I know he's a Gambit fan like I am, and like Ryan is Deadpool Rise. And I like the fact, for what I've heard, Ryan said, no Channing, there'll be no Gambit. Because that guy's been promised Gambit for years, and then it's been taken away from him. So to know that another Gambit fan has got the chance to play him finally, I love it for him. Did he do as bad as I thought he was going to be? No. The accent wasn't brilliant, but that can be.
To be
better.
honest, the accent not being brilliant really worked for me because Deadpool just took the piss out of the fact that it wasn't really good.
Yeah. But I did like the fact Shannon finally got to play the part he's wanted to play for a while. And the Gambit fan is me. He's loving the fact another Gambit fan has got to play it. Would I pick him myself? Probably not. But then again, I don't like the fan casting people keep doing with Austin Butler.
Yeah, you've said this before. I can see why people are saying Austin Butler,
I can see why technically facially and hair-wise.
but again, no. I don't know if there are many out there, but hopefully there is at least one. I'd love an actual Cajun actor to play Gambit.
Yeah.
You know, he is the raging Cajun. So
If not, give Shannon a bit more time to perfect it.
and to be honest,
Or myself.
was it that bad or was
No.
it intentionally done that bad? Because
I think it's not. He didn't do terrible at the accent.
no,
But
I
I
know.
think, like you said, they dumbed it down purposely.
I mean, because some of the words he came out with were clearly not French. So I'm just wondering if Ryan intentionally, knowing people were expecting him to have a really bad accent, asked him to do it like really dumb.
Yeah.
Because it,
Uh,
it did comic accurate suit though.
Other cameos in there? I know. I think that's what got me going the most is the fact it's comic accurate. Even that dumbass headgear he wears. Even I'll have to admit the headgear looks a bit stupid.
In live action, I'll give it, yeah. To be honest, it kind of looks a little stupid in the cartoon as well.
Yeah.
But you can roll with it in the cartoon because people wear the most stupid outfits.
Talking about outfits. Hugh Jackman.
This has got me in hysterics, and I have told everyone that has seen the movie that this happened. So, for context, guys, we were sat, me and Rob went to watch Deadpool together with our partners, watching Deadpool, and we were really enjoying it. Rob turns to me and goes, "Do you know, the only thing that could make this movie better is if Hugh Jackman put on the cowl." 2 seconds fucking later, he puts on the cowl.
Yeah. This is why my sister won't watch crime things with me. She is deemed now something in a crime program, the Robert Pick. Because I have this really bad habit of walking past to a room and going, they did it. And then they end up doing it. And it's normally the most stupidest thing or most unlikely person to do it. Like Broadchurch with David Tennant. I said it was his partner's husband. And it turned out to be his partner's husband. And it was because he was the one person you wouldn't think. Would you really think the other cop's husband's going to be the murderer?
Not really.
Exactly. So that's why I picked him. And through the week I was going, oh, damn. Oh, damn. I'm right. So, yeah, the Robert pick.
Yeah, that was hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Like 2 seconds. You just turned to me and went, the only thing that could make this better is if he wore the mask. And then he put the mask on.
I've heard some people didn't like the comic accurate suit. I loved it.
The suit.
The suit, the mask. People didn't like it.
The suit is amazing. The mask, I'll give you, doesn't look as appealing in live action as it does in the
Of course
comic.
not. It's two Batman's kissing.
Yeah.
I can't unsee that.
No, I can't. I saw that meme and now every time I see Wolverine, it's just Kevin Conroy snogging Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Kevin Conroy.
Yeah. Comic accurate size of Hugh for 2 seconds.
Look, it's only funny because they shortened down Hugh Jackman,
Yeah.
who was basically 7 foot.
I think if they got an actual 5-foot actor, it won't look as funny.
But
You could purposely tell they shortened down Hugh Jackman.
it looks like they turned Hugh Jackman, or Huge Ackman, as Deadpool calls him at one point in another movie. Yeah, I think it's Deadpool 1.
I think so.
Into mini Wolverine. It looked weird.
Yeah, but I think they purposely did that.
Age of Apocalypse, Wolverine.
Hulk.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome design. Do the mutton chops translate very well to
No.
live action? No. I don't think mutton chops look very good on anyone in real life.
Wolverine versus Hulk.
Yeah, a slight bit of that. I want that movie.
So does everyone. So does Mark Ruffalo, funnily enough. What else
I
did
mean,
we
we
have?
both know the Hulk probably wins.
One Eye.
Patch
Yeah, that was cool.
in Madripoor.
And then, of course, no offense to Hugh, the fucking sexy ass Cavalry.
Cavalry. Now, we've talked about this off mic, but does he look the best? In my opinion, no, but that's the mutton chops. I don't think they suit him because I don't think they suit anybody.
I'll admit they don't suit anybody, but I didn't see a problem with it. That man can do whatever the fuck he wants to me.
But they definitely knew what they were doing. They focused on those arms so much that they knew what they were doing. They knew women, bisexual men, gay men were all going to be like, Daddy?
Yeah.
I saw a reaction of somebody watching Deadpool and Wolverine and going, that's Henry Cavill. I know that back anywhere. That's Henry Cavill.
And then he did his arm thing. He slightly regrets doing in Mission Impossible. He says,
I like the fact that we see him pop his claws, but the attack that he basically does on Deadpool just punches him, sends him flying. But the fact that we got to see Henry Cavill pop claws anyway is just fucking cool.
Yeah, I'd love to see Henry Cavill actually in the MCU properly.
I would.
People keep saying Captain Britain.
No. 2 on the nose.
Yeah, it's 12 years. And then obviously the other one was Century, but for obvious reasons. It's basically Marvel Superman.
Yeah. Or I think we said Hyperion before, which again is just Marvel Superman. Gladiator from X-Men Comics is just Marvel Superman. You can't just say...
We're getting Hercules in the next Thor movie, apparently.
Yeah, but he's been cast.
Ares.
He could be Ares. I'd see him as Ares. But Ares is usually a villain.
Doesn't mean we have to... Can't you see Henry Cavill as a villain? He was in Mission Impossible.
I know, but...
I guessed that from the beginning, to be honest, but...
I know, but... It's Henry Cavill. I don't want him to be the bad guy.
Talk about bad guys. No, we'll talk about that in a bit. Other spoilers.
Okay, the big spoiler, and if you are worried about spoilers, please actually don't listen to this entire podcast. But please at least skip this bit. Wesley Snipes.
You're calling that the big one?
Yeah, I am. Fucking Blade.
I'm sorry, but that kind of gets downgraded.
Bye.
Chris Evans, Johnny Storm.
Nah, I saw that coming.
So did I, but that's not the point.
I never saw Blade being in the movie. I saw Johnny being in the movie.
I know I saw Blade being in the movie.
No, I didn't at all. I love the fact that in an interview when they were talking, he was just like, hey, you want to do a Marvel movie? And Wesley's like, I think you were the one that told me.
In an interview, Wesley was saying people asked how it happened because the whole big fight they had during Blade 3.
You mean 2 colleagues not getting on for one movie?
Yeah, Wesley Oakley said, people blew it way out of proportion. Yes, they didn't get along during the movie, but do you ever get along with every person you work with? No. After the movie, they scratched it out, apologised to each other, and they were fine. They just played on the fact people thought they hated each other. And then when Ryan came calling, going, do you want to be in a Marvel movie, Deadpool? Wesley Snipes said, yes, thinking it was never going to happen. Disney aren't going to say yes to this shit. And then Disney said yes to this shit. He said next thing he knows, he's working out and flying over to wherever they filmed that bit.
Which is absolutely awesome. I mean, there's the cameos everybody knows about, like the Pyro and Toad.
Everybody from the beginning knew about Pyro. And they knew about Elektra.
Chuffin Sabretooth. He's in the trailer.
Yeah, he was not in it for that long at all.
They built up the fact that Deadpool was like, ooh, everybody's been waiting for this fight for years. You can't go in like that, pulling out his sword from him and all that stuff and making it look fucking awesome. only for it to turn round and be over in 2 seconds.
Yeah. When it comes to the knives, I have one thing to say. Baby,
What?
baby knife.
Baby knife. But I knew you were going to say that. That, to be honest, that was the one joke that got a little bit stale. Because
Oh no, I loved it.
it kept saying it.
Oh, and then you've got the car scene, which is them fighting, but it's quite obviously them a reference to them practically bonking without bonking. They kick the shit out of each other in the back of a car.
Oh, let's just say they make a couple more holes.
And then people made a big deal about the Greatest Showman being on the soundtrack. It's played for like half a second.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. They big it up. They big it up so much. And all it is just Ryan Reynolds kicks fucking Hugh Jackman into the radio. Greatest Show plays. He kicks him back into the radio. And a different song plays.
Yeah,
That's it.
And that's it. And then it's the Madonna song, I think.
No, I think it's like it goes through quite a bit of the actual soundtrack. Which, by the way, didn't realise this. Massive reference and well done, Ryan. Someone pointed it out on TikTok. Bye Bye Bye, the opening of Deadpool.
Yeah, it was an X2.
It was an X2. It completely fucking forgot. Pyro puts the fucking radio on. Bye 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 comes on. And Hugh Jackman, Pyro, and Rogue all pull a face and turn it straight off.
I love the fact that guy came back to Pyro.
Me too. I'd have loved to have seen Bobby as well, but, you know, too much is too much.
And he's busy filming a series.
What, The Rookie?
Yeah.
Where he plays a freaking awesome lawyer who bangs a smoking hot woman.
Anyway, other spoilers we need to talk about.
Oh, fucking Chris Evans. Basically, that entire monologue about chuffing Cassandra Nova is just him riffing on Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
Which is fucking awesome.
Sandra, she was awesome.
She was. She was basically the secondary villain.
Yeah, idiot. Paradox was...
The main antagonist. But then she became the main... There wasn't really a main antagonist. They were both just there. I think that's my only criticism of the movie.
Yeah, there was no really big baddie.
Cassandra Nova was cool, and the way they played her up was fucking awesome. I mean, she skin stripped a character.
Yeah.
That was cool. And the way she has to, like, read people's minds by sticking her fingers in people's faces. And Deadpool making jokes about stop fingering me.
Yeah.
Like, it was funny, but at the same time...
We're not talking about the other quite big cameo, which we all found out because of the last trailer.
Laura Kinney.
Yeah. It was cool.
Marvel has done this
She has had a
again.
good year.
Why show us that?
They didn't need to.
I didn't... If that hadn't have been in the trailer...
That just shocked me a lot more.
Yeah. And it would have been much more sweet when she first sees Logan. But we knew she was going to.
Yeah. The ones that shocked me were Blade. I kind of saw it coming, but it was a shock. We didn't have any solid proof. Gambit, obviously. Electra didn't shock me because that was announced like
That was announced.
day one.
I forgot, so it did shock me.
Pyro was another one which was announced day one.
The other one that didn't really shock me was Johnny. Like I said, I saw that coming. When we saw the 20th Century Fox logo, I was like, Ryan Reynolds is the kind of person that's going to get Chris Evans back to play Johnny
I
Storm.
assumed we were going to get a Fantastic Four member.
I thought it was going to be Johnny just because he has been Captain America. And it is something Ryan would do.
Same. But all the rumours were about Ian who played Mr. Fantastic. So I started to believe it probably was going to be him.
I think that was just to mislead people.
Yeah, and I'll admit it probably got me slightly this time.
Yeah. Because, to be honest, the way they do it is freaking cool as well. Because Deadpool was like, he's going to say the line, he's going to say the line, he's going to say the line.
Flame on!
Me and you were sat there, like, both in the
Say it.
same mindset.
Waiting for the same 4 lines, not the one Deadpool wanted.
Yeah, we were like, he's gonna say it. He's gonna say it. And my partner, who's only really watched MCU movies, was like, "What is that, Captain America?" And I like subtly smirked and then looked straight at you because we both knew like the hair color was wrong.
See,
I knew for a fact it was Johnny.
my partner has seen the Fantastic Four movie. I went, that is the guy who plays Captain America, right? Yeah. Didn't you see he played somebody else? Yeah. Bet you it's to somebody else. I went, yeah, it's not Cap.
And okay, down to the serious question: why was Thor crying?
I want in whatever Avenger movie ends in
It's got to be Secret Wars.
something to happen to Deadpool, and Thor go up to him, hold him, and start crying. Then just wonder why he's crying, and just make a big joke out of it.
I think it'd be fucking hilarious, right? If Deadpool is dying, even though he can't, Thor doesn't know, so he asks Thor to hold him.
Yeah.
Then Thor starts crying out of nowhere. Then Deadpool heals and he goes, "I got my moment." And then Thor just looks up and goes, "Loki." That would be fucking hilarious.
Kevin Feige was asked recently, simply, a good friend of yours, James Gunn, is now the head of DC. Any chance? I would like this because one of my other favourite characters, as I've said many times, is John Constantine. Who I think a John Constantine Deadpool movie would be hilarious.
I'm sorry, I had to hold my laughter because I knew what you were about to say. And my God, the unkillable Merc with the mouth with the unkillable John Constantine, because if he dies, it starts a war in heaven and earth. Like,
If I get stabbed, I get healed. Well, my soul is being basically a tug of war between heaven and hell.
if I die, God goes to freaking thingy with Lucy.
You could start it with Doctor Strange, Constantine.
You know what I've got? This idea in my head. So obviously this has happened before. The Amalgamverse, where they joined and got amalgamated together. My idea for that would be normally it's two brothers that are the embodiment of each universe battling it out. That's stupid, right? It doesn't work. It's completely stupid, especially with the cosmology of the DC universe and the cosmology of the Marvel universe. Nobody thought it through. They just thought it'd be a fun little gimmick, right? I'd do it like this because it's shown that he can move between not just universes but multiverses. Dr. Manhattan.
Yes.
Have Dr. Manhattan. If you were going to do this, you have Dr. Manhattan show up in the Marvel universe and be like, this is like that DC place that I visited. And he's referencing the comics because that's a different technical multiverse. And he has been there, right?
I would generally start it off with probably Constantine.
Oh, I wouldn't reveal that it was Manhattan that merged the two. I would just say that, like, he's been here. The backstory is he got there, saw it, and thought, funny little experiment.
Oh, two bad guys getting together and wanting to destroy the world. Darkseid and Thanos.
Thanos side.
And you could start it simply with like a post-credit scene. One going to Doctor Strange. We've got somebody locked up downstairs. He said his name is John Constantine. Yeah, so that's impossible. He's dead. And have it in the Marvel universe. These people may have existed, but have died or just not important. And then have them go downstairs.
Superman shows up, and in the Marvel universe, Krypton wasn't destroyed.
Yeah.
So Kal-El grew up on Krypton. Wait, no, because canonically, Superman exists as a comic book, thanks to the Eternals.
So you just have basically, I don't even say his name. We just found here he's given a name, but the guy's dead. He can't be, and have them enter the room, and have the guy supposedly handcuffed. Where's John Constantine? He's probably got out by now. And at this point, you'll have seen John Constantine, whoever's playing John Constantine, and have the camera pan round to him Just have him go. All right, well, love. You got a cig? You got a cig?
I think it'd be even cooler if one walks into the room and he's like, "We got someone downstairs," and Doctor Strange is like, "Okay, so what?" And he's like, he says his name's John Constantine, and Doctor Strange goes, "How do I know that name?"
Oh, fuck.
And then and then one goes, "Because it's a comic book character that Spider-Man told you about,"
Yeah.
and you'd be like, then Doctor Strange is like, "What the fuck?" And Constantine just walks in because they've got him locked up. But
Yeah.
no, they don't. It's Constantine. Walks in and goes, "So I think I'm in a different universe now.
Yeah.
You got a sig?"
Oh, I think our universes are kind of colliding.
You got a light?
You got a light?
That would be awesome. That's your post-credit scene. And then boom, the next film that comes out is DC Marvel.
Dr. Constantine.
Yeah, and the phase is called DC Marvel Unite.
Yeah.
And the final thing could just be called Avengers / Justice League Amalgam.
Justice Avengers. How do you know about this Constantine? Well, basically. Do you know a purple guy called Thanos? Yeah, why? He's kind of ended our world. He's threatening to snap his fingers.
And then Doctor Strange is like, "Isn't he dead?"
Yeah, no, he's not dead. He's just been took from your universe. Thank you for that.
You could literally have it, right, that they just start popping up through the entire phase. So Constantine in Doctor Strange, fucking tell me now that Nightwing popping up in a Spider-Man movie and Spider-Man being like, "Dick Grayson?" Wouldn't have Nightwing going, "How the fuck do you know who I am?"
Yeah.
That would, because like, Peter's a nerd. He's one of us. So you're telling me he's not read Batman? If these comics are canonical, which Eternals say they are, because that little kid refers to Icarus as Superman.
Yes.
So therefore, DC is canon to Marvel,
Mm.
and Marvel has been mentioned in DC before. So therefore, if they do that in James Gunn's new verse, Marvel would be canon to DC. It'd be hilarious just to see characters interact with what's in their universe, a fictional character.
But not in the other.
Mm.
That'd be cool. Anyway, Deadpool was amazing.
Deadpool was amazing. There are other things that we need to talk about, obviously.
Next show is Agatha.
Agatha all along. That was not the title all along. You tried multiple different titles and then thought, "Fuck it, let's do that."
You see, that could have been it, or there could have been. This was just one big, amazing marketing thing.
I mean, it could have, but come on. What are the odds?
It depends. If Kevin Feige was in charge of it, it's probably one big marketing thing. If it was somebody else, yeah, they couldn't decide what the fuck to call it.
And then Kevin showed up and went, "Just call it Agatha all along."
I'm intrigued about what it's going to be. Also,
The Witcher's Road. Bringing The Witcher's Road from the comics into the fucking live action. That's cool. Because that's an extra plane of space.
I want to know if that lad is playing Rickon.
He's got to be. And I like the fan theory that his whole deal for wanting to go down the Witcher's Road is to bring Wanda back.
That'd be cool. Anyway, other news. San Diego Comic Con.
Hall H.
As we know, the Russo brothers are back. No offense to them, not as big as the big news.
I mean, the Russo's brothers being back was good news. They've made some of the best Marvel
It
movies.
gave me hope.
But everybody has to talk about it, don't they? Everybody has to talk about it.
Obviously, Krang Dynasty's gone. Probably will still have Krang, but Jonathan may have been a naughty boy, so
Sorry,
got the sack.
I know it's just the way you pronounce things, and I don't mean to make fun or whatever. But because you say Krang and not Kang, it makes me think of TMNT.
Yeah, I know. It's just my accent.
I know, and that's why I'm saying I feel bad for it. But
It's fine. But yeah, that's good now. we probably will still have him at some point, just recasted.
I think the best way to do it now is to have Iron Lad,
Yeah.
which
So-
is just young Kang. And the way you do it is you make Ironheart Iron Lad, and have her be a distant relative of Kang, because
I am
they are
looking
the
forward to
same
that
race.
series. I'm also looking forward to Armor Wars.
Armor Wars looks good,
Okay, back to the thing.
but back to the big news,
Kang Dynasty is now called Avengers. Doomsday.
which means the man, the myth, the legend, Dr. Victor Von Doom, King of Latveria, is coming. But
Not Cillian Murphy,
yes,
as we all guessed.
and if you've been on the internet, you will see the discords between hardcore comic book fans and MCU fans at the moment over who has been cast as Von Doom.
I'll admit, it intrigues me.
Shall we say who it is?
Robert.
Robert Downey Jr., who, had he not died in Infinity War, I would have said was the MCU anchor.
Yes. It's probably Spider-Man, to be honest.
It's probably Spider-Man.
The other two people I'd have said it is are dead.
Well, one's a really old dude. And
No, he died.
is that canonical?
Yeah, he died in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I didn't realize he was dead.
Yeah, it starts off with his death.
Does it?
Yeah. I believe so.
I
I'm
thought
down.
They just said that he lived on the moon. It was a rumor, not confirmed.
Okay.
I know it sounds stupid.
So. Oh, and we know Thingamabob is in Captain America now.
Yeah, King of the Serpent King.
Yeah, Sidewinder.
Serpent King.
And a girl who...
That was a very random pick, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know.
The
But,
Serpent Society. I mean,
Uh,
I know the Captain America villains, but
and one of the girls we didn't know who she was playing is playing Diamondback.
yeah.
And Housing 4 roared. Which was amazing. Housing 4 has the Red Hulk. That is going to be fun.
Let's just hope, seeing as though it's confirmed that Bruce will probably be in this movie.
No? He's the only one who's not confirmed.
I thought he did.
Nope. Betty's in it. Liv Tyler. She's back.
How can you not have Bruce in this movie?
Quite easily.
Even as a cameo.
We don't know how much the Red Hulk's going to be in.
I'm sorry, there's no way Sam Wilson takes on the Red Hulk.
Why not?
Because there's no way Steve Rogers takes on the Red Hulk.
Steve Rogers would have beat the shit out of him.
Do you know how hot that dude gets with radiation?
Do you know how stupidly strong Steve Rogers was?
Yeah, it's strong, yeah. But you need radiation resistance to get anywhere near the Red Hulk.
True.
Like, I'm not saying that if he was like the Hulk, Steve Rogers couldn't at least hold his own for a little bit.
It's true. I
But
don't know.
He gets hotter the madder he gets.
I don't know. I don't know how much he's in. I know he's in a lot of it as Thunderbolt Ross. We don't know how much he's going to be.
At the end of the day, if he becomes Red Hulk at the end, then there's got to be a follow-up where it's a Hulk movie, because I think that's the only person who could really stand a decent chance of putting him down.
Well, there's a rumour he's going to be in Thunderbolts as well. Which makes sense because he is in the comic.
Well, it's called Thunderbolts, and he's Thunderbolt Ross.
Anyway,
Which, to be honest, I always winds me up that his name is Red Hulk. Why not just call him Thunderbolt?
I don't know. Anyway,
You know what I mean?
yes. Downey.
Downey. See, I'm torn.
I am. I've heard some good rumours, some bad rumours.
As,
The ones I like are basically... We know Fantastic Four is going to be set in a different universe. They're going to be dragged
and
in.
we know that Doom's going to be in that. It was confirmed that he's in for at least
Nope.
a cameo.
Nope. All we know is that Downey is going to be in the Avenger movies as Doom. We don't actually know he's in Fantastic Four.
No, not Downey, but Doom was supposed to
Nope.
make a cameo.
Nope. Never been confirmed. All we know about that is the villain is going to be Galactus, which I don't think is right because it's far too early.
It's stupid.
Yeah, Galactus has to be a
The
real
only
thing.
way that Galactus can be in that movie is if the Fantastic Four lose. Because
No,
it
from
would-
what I've heard, they're going to be dragged into our universe.
that's the only way Galactus works in that movie.
Which could mean, could Downey be their version of Doom? The other one is in the comics, a variant of Tony does become Doom.
Yeah, Demon in an Armor. It's weird. What if, where Tony Stark and Von Doom go to college instead of Reed Richards and Von Doom, and understanding Tony's power and influence as a Stark, Doom switches bodies with Tony.
Which could be possible. Why not pick a man very loved?
I'm torn between it.
Whatever happens, he's going to do a smashing job.
He is. He's Robert Downey Jr. No one's questioning whether he's a bad actor. The only thing that I've seen is from a TikToker on TikTok, and I actually agree with his points on this. The point is, in comics, if you try something, like having Tony Stark as Von Doom, and it doesn't work, because of the frequency of how comics are released, it's very easy to correct quick. Yeah?
You can't correct something like this as quick.
In a movie. So if it really doesn't work, it pushes everything back. And that is a valid criticism. Because it means if Robert Downey Jr. as Doom just doesn't feel right to the mass audience, then that pushes back getting real Doom quite a bit.
Not really. Just in the next one, have the real Doom appear and kill off Downey Jr.'s version.
See, that's what I would do. And I said this to my mum yesterday because we were talking about it. I said that I think the best option to do is have an Endgame Infinity War thing where Tony Stark Doom is the main villain of Doomsday and he wins like Thanos did. However, post-credit scene, having him sat overlooking his work just for real Doom in the white suit because of Secret Wars does show up and immediately murk him.
Yep.
Because that would make people go, wait, this dude took out the Avengers
How
and then he just lost to this dude? Oh shit, we're screwed.
well, the original idea, for what I heard, was the Quang Dynasty, they were technically going to, like Infinity War, lose. And then in Secret Wars, the TVA were going to get heroes from around the world to help.
Deadpool sort of sets that up at the end where she says, I might need you for something.
Yeah.
So, I have a feeling that they can see what's about to happen.
Yeah.
And they need multiversal Avengers.
Which is cool. I won't mind seeing old Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
It doesn't bother me now. I've seen him older
Mm.
and play the older version.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Hugh Jackman Wolverine. Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. Andrew Garfield. Who else would you bring?
You could even slip in a newbie of Emma Stone Gwen.
Spider-Gwen.
Yeah, that's the name.
That'd be cool. Or Gwenpool.
As we know, Fantastic Four are going to be in it.
The Fantastic Four. They'll probably be pulled in by the TVA. You know what'd be cool? Beta Ray Bill.
I want Betty Ray Bill.
That'd be a cool way.
As you know, one of my other favourite.
Because we know Beta Ray Bill's canon to the Marvel Universe, but obviously he's never met Thor in the MCU. So what if in the multiverse he did, and we get Beta Ray Bill as the Thor
Yeah.
of the...
He could go the other way and have Natalie Portman back.
Could do. Valkyrie.
Or just as Mighty Thor.
They kind of set her up as Valkyrie, in my opinion.
They did.
So, I'd like to see her come back as Valkyrie.
She said she's up to coming back.
I like Natalie Portman. I mean, I think Star Wars wasted her a bit, but I like Natalie
Yeah,
Portman. I think the MCU wasted her until Love and Thunder. The only problem is Love and Thunder as an overall project wasn't that great.
Yeah, I like Ragnarok because it had a bit of comedy, but was still Thor.
I think the thing is,
Love and Thunder pushed the comedy too much.
this is the thing, right? There are 3 main comedic MCU movies at the moment, in my opinion. You have the Guardians of the Galaxy films, which are lighthearted and funny, but still have strong themes.
Yeah.
You have Thor, Ragnarok, and Love and Thunder, where Ragnarok worked, Love and Thunder didn't, because it forgot about the theme.
Yeah, it pushed the comedy too much.
And then you have Deadpool,
Yes.
where, to be honest, when you look at the story itself of Deadpool and Wolverine, is it the best?
No.
Is it the most memorable?
No.
But did you go to watch Deadpool and Wolverine for an epic superhero story?
No, I went
No.
I went to see Deadpool and Wolverine kick the shit out of each other.
Exactly. And did you get that
Yes.
multiple times?
Yes.
Did you also get Deadpool making jokes, which were toned down a little bit from the first two?
I don't agree with that. I didn't see that at all.
Not the swearing or the profanity or like the violence or anything like that. I think the sexual side of Deadpool was toned down a bit.
Yeah, I don't agree.
But I think it was also toned down in Deadpool 2.
No, I agree with that.
Like, I'm not saying it's different from Deadpool 2, but both of them are definitely toned down from Deadpool 1.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
I mean, for God's sake, Deadpool 1 includes a scene where Ryan Reynolds gets mashed potato eaten out of his ass.
Yeah, I still... Everybody's gone into it going, well, Disney have toned it down. And I don't think they did. People are just assuming they did.
I weren't talking about Disney.
I know.
I think Ryan toned it down a bit. I think they focused more on story. Like I said, was it the best story? No. Were the villains super memorable? Not really. Paradox is a bit shit. But Cassandra Nova is awesome. Anyway, thanks for listening to the podcast. Go watch Deadpool and Wolverine at your local theatres. Support them. And tell us what you thought about Victor Von Doom.
Yes, let us know. And let us know who your favourite Marvel character is.
Also, your favourite cameo.
Yes.
Signing off, Ethan.
Rob.
Help.
Help.